This is the world we're living in right now. We got transgender men, women. I don't even know what to say anymore. I don't even know how to word it without offending people these days. But anyway, we got transgender men. Let's go with competing in female Olympic sports, and that is confirmed. Check this out. So I come across this article last week and I thought I need to do a video on this. Also, thanks to everyone who's commented on the last video and said that they're glad to see this type of content back. I've got so much more content like this on the way. So make sure you subscribe with those notifications turned on. And make sure you like the video and comment, because this channel is going to be flying very soon. But anyway, check this out. Do you see what's on the screen right now? Transgender weightlifter Laurel Hubbard to make Olympic history in Tokyo. The only reason why this is going to create any sort of history is because of the unfairness it's actually going to put against the biologically born women. Is that what you said? The women, this transgender person, whatever, I've got nothing wrong against him, here, however you want to identify yourself with your pronouns, but this is where it gets unfair now. You've got a man who has spent the majority of his life training as a man, has now switched to identifying as a woman, and is now competing in the Tokyo Olympics. Can you believe that? I know you're probably thinking to yourself, Shaun, let people identify how they please, and people should be able to live in a free country. It's a free society. I totally agree. You do whatever you want. I don't care what you do with your balls. I don't care what you do with your vagina. Do whatever with your tits. It doesn't bother me. I don't care. But if I was a woman who was competing in weightlifting or powerlifting against a biological male who is now identifying as a woman, I would have something to say about this. And listen, there's so many women out there who just don't want to say anything because they don't want to offend people. I don't care, okay? Because this is wrong. The fact of the matter is, I know we all believe in equality these days, and it's equal rights, it's equality of opportunity. I completely understand. I'm on your side. But you need to live in reality a little bit. Men are physically stronger than women, no matter what you want to say, no matter what side of the political spectrum you're on, no matter what agenda you want to push through these type of movements. Men are generally across the board stronger than women. What a lot of the politically correct people like to say is, oh no, Shaun, there's many skinny men out there who's skinny, built like a little twig, and there's this woman over here who's 300 pounds bodybuilder, she's stronger than him. Yes, but generally speaking, genetically speaking, men are stronger than women. We have more lean body mass, we have thicker bone density, we have stronger center of gravities and balance, we have bigger frames, wider hips, more fast twitch muscle fibers, more testosterone and androgens running through our body, which means no matter what you do as a woman, you will always have disadvantages when it comes to strength against a man. So let's go through this article a little bit. New Zealand weightlifter Laurel Hubbard could become the first transgender athlete to compete at the Olympics after qualifying for the rescheduled Tokyo Games due to a rule change. A report from Inside the Games website on a Wednesday said Hubbard was effectively guaranteed a spot in the women's super heavyweight category after the International Olympic Committee approved an amendment to the qualifying system, blah, 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 blah. So I looked it up. Laurel Hubbard competes around 87 to 90 kilos in body weight. That is around my body weight. I'm a little bit lighter than that now, but when I really bulk up, that's around my body weight. If you have a man who's around 5'10", 5'11", 6 foot, so average to over average height, and they weigh about 90 kilos, either they're going to be fat or they have a lot of muscle or they have a very big frame, okay? Now, if you have a woman who is, let's say, a similar height at 5'10", 5'11", 6 foot, she will need a lot more muscle or a lot more fat on her frame to be 87 or 90 kilos. And that's because women generally have smaller frames than men. Men have larger frames. They have wider clavicles. They have wider hips. The more of a frame you have, then the more potential muscle you can hold on that frame. So meaning that the women, the actual biological women who Laurel Hubbard should be going up against in the Olympics, are either going to be absolutely jacked out of the brains, or they're going to have a little bit more body fat on them. He is probably going to have the most muscle mass out of all the women in this category, and that is mainly because He's a man, and he's trained as a man the majority of his life. I mean, let's look at these lifts here. So we got 2019, 87 kilos. The guy is snatching 131 kilograms. That is impressive. Clean and jerk, 154 kilograms. That's crazy. Let's try and get an example up of what that looks like. So the female world record holder on the clean and jerk and the snatch is Li Wenwen. I hope I'm saying that right. She got 148 kilograms on the snatch and 187 kilograms on the clean and jerk. Now, compared to Laurel Hubbard, that's not far off. Laurel is right there at the world record. But wait until you see this Li Wenwen girl. She is an absolute beast. You've got Laurel coming out of nowhere competing with these absolute beasts and these monsters of women. And I say that with all due respect. I'm talking about they are strong. Like, let me just show you. So, how far is Laurel off right now? What's his see, I'm stuttering because I don't even know what to say. He or her, 131 kilogram snatch, and Li Wenwen has had 148, so pretty close. Laurel's only 17 kilograms off the world record snatch, and then Laurel is only 33 kilograms off the clean and jerk. So let's check out this Li Wenwen. Look at this girl. She is an absolute tank. What's her body weight? That's insane. So this is 142 kilograms. This is what Laurel lifts. There's not many... There's not many women out there, right, who can lift this kind of weight. If we actually take a little look back at the world records, who is snatching over 130 kilograms? We've got 2 women in the world who are snatching over 130 kilograms. We've got this one who is unnamed for some reason, and we've got Li Wenwen. I wonder if this might be Laurel right here. So yeah, as you can see, there's 2, 3, 4 women in the world who are snatching over 132 kilograms. And you've got Laurel coming in, destroying everyone. 186 kilogram snatch. Mate, she is an absolute tank as well. Right, now check this out. Okay, so here we have Laurel in the 2019 World Weightlifting Championships. What I'll do is I'll just refer to this person as Laurel rather than he or she, because it saves confusion. How can I say she? You know what I mean? But everyone's afraid to say this, but everyone agrees. I don't care how many dislikes this video gets. Look at the dislikes here. It goes to show that everyone disagrees with what's going on here. Look at that smug face. Can you look any more guilty? Look at Laurel, right? Laurel looks guilty. Laurel knows what Laurel is doing. This is too hard. I'm just going to say he. This video is a battle of the pronouns. The internal battle. Remember, guys, this is the female division right now. This is the female division, okay? Just putting that out there. Hey. Thank you very much, thank you. I identify as a female. What kinds of world are we living in right now? This is making me depressed. One question. You spend your whole life as a man. You look like a man. You talk like a man. You still got your male bits. How can you be a female? Maybe I'm just dumb. Please, someone please educate me. And don't say that gender is fluid crap. Here's an interview from 3-4 years ago of Laurel Hubbard. She's basically dealing with the critics. We'll say she, just so we're not being offensive. But here you go. Here she is, having a little chat to the New Zealand media.
But how testing has it been coming under this much scrutiny?
Oh, look, I think every athlete has to develop a certain amount of toughness, because when you're competing at this level, you just can't let the distractions distract you. And so
Laurel's competing with women who he is biologically always going to be stronger than. He is always going to be genetically set up and genetically blessed because he's a man. 99% of the time, he's going to defeat his competition as female counterparts because he's a man. And I know, as I say, we live in 2021, the day and age where equality and this and that. But listen, you need to give your head a wobble. He's stronger. He's going to be stronger than the women.
I don't think I'm any different from anyone else. I don't think I'm any tougher. I just do what I have to do.
These decisions that you've made in your life had to be very calculated. Obviously, way back before you even started competing internationally, you were obviously prepared, or at least expecting this sort of debate around you.
Look, you'd be naive not to. But I think the world has changed enough that not everyone supports me, not everyone accepts me, but there are people out there who do.
And the people who support you are a small minority who do not understand the human body. Those people don't understand that if you put men against women in the same game or the same sport, men for the most part will always dominate because we have the physical ability to do so. It's always going to be the case. It doesn't mean that women can't compete. It just means we need to stay in our own lanes. Do you know what I also think as well? This is going to be a little jokey joke, but I look at Laurel, right, and I think to myself, you're not even trying. If it was me, you know, I'd have my eyeliner done, I'd have my eyeshadow on, I'd have my eyebrows tattooed, I'd have my hair in a nice little perm, you know, I'd have a little bit of foundation on, maybe get a little boob job done. I'd try. If you're going to be a woman, I speak about this all the time, like if you're going to be a woman, just give it a good go. You know what I mean? And if you're a woman and you want to be a man, don't just walk around looking like a woman saying, I'm a man. Give it a, shave your head. Get, some pecs, go and get some delts, go and get a beard, go and give it, actually put some effort in, for God's sake. Maybe I should just say I identify as a woman and then go into my gym right now and beat some world records. Oh, well,
no matter what people think about people in my situation, that they just treat people like me with respect. Because, what more can you ask for?
Well, friggin' hell, you better earn it. What about the poor women who you're competing against? You ain't treating them with respect. What it is with people like this is they're not gifted enough with the genetics to compete against the men in their division. So then by identifying as a woman, and I'm not saying that's, that might be Laurel's choice regardless. Laurel wants to identify as a woman. That's always been the goal for Laurel. But anyway, it means that you can now not compete against women. If you want to identify as a woman, that is completely cool. But you still need to compete against the men because you are still a biological male. You have spent all of your life training as a male, developing that muscle, developing that balance and that center of gravity and that bone density. So identify as a woman, sound, as long as you compete as a man. Also, for any lads out there watching this, I thought you might appreciate this. I came across an impressive lift. Yeah. See you later. I'll let her teach me a little snatch lesson or two. I'm sorry I had to. I'm just joking, everyone. Just joking. But listen, the whole Laurel Hubbard thing, I think it's gone a little bit too far. You can't have men competing against women. This has happened multiple times within tennis, within football, within basketball. When it comes to physicality, men will always have the upper hand, and that's fine. We are all equal, but we are different at the same time. Since the dawn of time, this has been a universal truth that everyone has all accepted. But within 2021, and everyone has lost the balls, and everyone's afraid to just say it as it is. And I'm surprised there hasn't been more of the female weightlifters really coming out and speaking out against this. If anyone has seen any female weightlifters speaking out against this, drop me a DM on Instagram, let me know, because I'd like to react to those opinions of the female weightlifters. If I was a female weightlifter, I'd be up there in front of the camera saying, this is not fair. Laurel Hubbard, get back to your own division. Another thing I forgot to mention is no matter how much estrogen or hormone blockers or testosterone suppressors that Laurel takes, it is not going to offset the fact that she has spent his life training as a man and is always going to have more advantages than the women. Just the same as if a woman starts identifying as a man and it's the other way around, and she starts taking testosterone and taking androgens and trying to boost herself up like that, she will still not be as strong as a man because she's spent her life living as a woman with less muscle mass, with less bone density. She's been training as a woman, so therefore the strength gains aren't as significant as the man's strength gains. It's the same both ways. Men going over to a female division are going to dominate. Women coming over to a man's division are going to lose, okay? So that's the reality. So you need to stay separate, and that's fine, and let's just enjoy the individual sports. I've got nothing against female sports and female divisions. I can look at this all day. That's the video, guys. Do you agree or disagree with me? It doesn't matter anyway. Even if you disagree, you're wrong at the end of the day. Like the video or dislike the video, it doesn't matter. Science says that I am right. Science is on my side. Let's go. 1-0 Shaun. 1-0. If you have anything else that you'd like me to react to, any sort of silly nonsense in the world right now, and you just want me to hit you with some truth bombs, comment down below or send me a DM on Instagram. I'm active on there every single day. Make sure you subscribe with those notifications turned on. Remember, videos every Thursday and every Sunday. I'm going to eventually go to 3 times a week uploads as well. Thank you very much. Appreciate all the love and support. See you on the next one.